Namaskar. Welcome to Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. Sister Shivani is with us. Let's welcome her.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister. Our topic today is on relationships and the series we call Soul Connections. We've received a number of emails and they're all thanking you and Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. I would like to read one, okay? But in parts. It's a very, very long email. There's a lady who says that I have a family is very well knitted, and my son sometimes and my husband, we all watch Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. And she says everything, her English is a little, okay, you just have to understand. Everything went well till my son reached teenage and husband fell ill seriously. I am very kind for everything, bit arrogant, always think I am right, take others' pain very easily. I could not take when my son behaved arrogantly with me, taking less marks and show disobedience. These things put me in a bundle of pain which I never faced in my 40 years of life. Whenever I think about my husband's health and son's underscore less marks, I went to pain. I thought my son understand my pain and show improvement, but that did not happen. Just after listening to Awakening with Brahma Kumaris, I changed my notion and I started behaving gently with my son, trying not putting myself in pain. I also accused both that because of them, I had to undergo a lot of pain. I did a blunder saying so. Now, myself and my husband both working on it, and magically our son behaves more cheerful and shows compassion towards us. This is the first part of her mail.
And it's so beautiful because everything that we've been talking about, here's someone who's tried it and has seen the result practically. You know, a teenager started behaving slightly differently, and differently just meant not behaving the way we want them to do.
Or she wanted.
Or she wanted them
more
to.
marks in school.
Yeah. It was not only about marks normally, it's more about the disobedience. You know, that disobedience, the arrogance, what she says. Now, arrogance just means not doing things the way I want him to do. Having his own way of doing things. And then even if I say it to him, he doesn't listen. So that becomes arrogance.
But she says she herself is arrogant.
The first line itself gave us the equation. Now, when there are two souls interacting with each other, and here is the mother who says, because of him, I went into pain.
And because of husband too.
Because of the husband's illness. But let's look at first the mother and the son. Because of his marks and because of his disobedience, I went into pain. I'm arrogant, I think I'm always right, and I take pain very easily. So initially she says, I take pain very easily, and she's got two targets whom she feels are the creators of her pain, and she went to the extent of verbally saying it to them also.
But
that
is
you
it
both
nice
are
that she knows herself?
Yeah, that's how, because now she's been working on herself.
Yes.
Earlier when you're doing it, we don't realize and we don't think that because like I'm always right, it's not just she who thinks I'm always right. We all think we're always right.
Let me interfere, sister. I know, the wrong time. But do you know she's written this letter after watching Awakening for a long time? So that has helped her writing this in such detail.
Yeah, because when we start listening to this knowledge on a daily basis, we start looking at ourselves. Earlier, we were only looking at other people. You know, we've talked so many times on this program, what is self-awareness? And we said, there has to be some tool and technique. How is one to become self-aware? This is self-awareness. To have the courage to say, I think I'm right, and I'm arrogant, and I create pain, or I take pain. This is self-awareness. To have the courage to say, I made a blunder by saying to them that they are the cause of my pain. This is self-awareness. And the minute there was this awareness, she was ready to change.
Yes. Now, what do we do about her
Now,
problem?
the first thing that we understand from what she's written to us is that this is how the equation works. As will be the parent's energy, so will be the child's. She's practically shown this to us. That earlier I was arrogant, so obviously her way of thinking, way of talking, way of behaving would be a different way. And so was the son. And the one beautiful thing that she's written, which all of us try to do, is that if I go in pain, people will realize and change. You know, we do this even with the little children. If they've done something which we don't think is right, we will
go in pain.
Yeah, and or we can sulk, or we can be angry, or we can, you know, just be indifferent towards them, and we think this will make them realize. Or the parents always convey this message to the children, or any two souls keep conveying this to each other, that I am in pain because of you. We think if I tell the other person that I am in pain because of you, they will change themselves. Now the problem is that if I have to change myself, anyone has to change themselves, it requires power.
Means?
It requires understanding.
Power means?
Let's say I have a particular sanskar. Suppose disobedience. I am the child, you're the mother. Okay? And I have this sanskar of being disobedient, talking back rudely, arrogantly. This is a whole pattern that has developed over a period of time. And now, you the mother, you the parent, want me to change. But you're showing me so much of pain. And obviously because you're in pain, that energy of pain is traveling to me.
So I'm transferring pain to the child.
Naturally, that energy of pain is reaching me. And most important, I am the cause of that pain also. See, one is you could, like she is in pain due to two reasons: husband's health and child's disobedience.
And less marks.
Less marks. So the child and the husband. Now, if the mother was in pain only because of the husband, even then the child would get pain. But in that case, the child would at least not be the cause of the pain.
Oh.
So there are two different things. One is my parent is in pain, I will still
And
get
I'm
the
the
pain.
cause.
But the other is my parent is in pain and I am the cause. This means pain plus guilt.
Yeah, but if I fail, my mother will feel bad and she will go into pain. It's very heavy on the child.
Yeah. So now if I am the child and I'm getting this energy of pain, plus I'm creating this guilt that I am the cause of your pain, this will only deplete my power. And you want me to change?
How can I change
Changing
if I am so weak?
I will change, but it will only be the downslide.
Yeah.
Because I'm becoming weaker day by day, because I'm consuming so much of pain and creating so much of guilt. So when I'm becoming weaker day by day, you cannot expect change from me in the positive sense. And yet you keep on sending me that pain and projecting onto me that you are in pain because of me, thinking that that will make me realize and change. It doesn't happen. People can spend years like that. And now what she changed was, she couldn't change the son. She changed herself.
Wonderful.
Changed herself because she realized pain will not create the result.
But good thing is she tried both. Earlier, she tried, okay, if my son doesn't speak to me nicely, if he gets less marks in school, I am going to sit in the other room, not talk to him, or give him pain and have the whole atmosphere in the house will be full of pain.
But we thought that this was a natural thing to do.
Yeah, but after watching the program, she says, then I have suddenly turned sweet to him.
Right.
Nice.
Now, if we just see her, is it difficult to do that? She's done it.
And earlier, if you read, people say, I'm also a normal human being.
Yeah. So it's only about knowing what is a normal human being. And we know whatever is normal, we'll start doing it.
So this normal human being,
Yes.
who was earlier also normal, creating pain in the house.
Pain is not normal.
What, I mean, for the world to say, okay.
No, no. She kept creating pain, thinking that this is normal. See, if you do something wrong, I sulk.
But
And I think that is right. But the minute I get another piece of information which says, don't sulk, give love, I'm able to do it. You haven't changed. This is the beauty of this email, which everyone needs to realize, that she didn't have to change anyone outside to bring out that change in her. She was able to do it most easily
Within.
just with understanding that this is the equation which works. We thought it's only about knowing the laws, which law works. She thought the law that works is, obviously I'll go into pain. Second, if I go into pain, my child will realize. And third, when he realizes, he will change. So this was the dynamics in my mind. This was my programming. So I behaved that way. I got angry, I got hurt, I shouted at my son, I sulked, I kept on saying to him, you are the cause of my pain, because I thought this was normal. And this went on for some time. And now suddenly, I get a fresh piece of knowledge and I'm able to try it out the next day. Nothing has to be done. People think it takes years to change. Nothing. She must have just tried it out the next day. And what is she going to do the next day is stop sulking, stop shouting, and just be natural, beautiful, sweet, loving. That's all. And it's not difficult. It doesn't require strength to do it. It just requires knowledge to do it. That this equation doesn't work, this equation works. And as soon as she tried out the other equation, the energy reflected back. The parents changed, the child changed. Because I need strength to change. And I was getting guilt and pain. I was becoming weaker. Now my mother changes. And she becomes stronger, stable, accepts me, and therefore is able to remain her natural
Not
self.
only accepts, she loves him too.
Yeah.
Speaks
love,
very nicely.
we always thought we always loved, but we thought pain was fine with.
But the way she used to speak to him, she changed.
She changed. Na? Now this energy that I get, first of all, relieves me of the pressure that I am responsible for someone else's pain, because I see the person healed.
And that too of a mother.
Yes. You see, if I constantly look at you in pain, and I constantly have this pressure that I am the cause of this pain, I just can't come out of it. But when I see you healed, that pressure is lifted off. I'm no more the cause of the pain of these people. The least we can do for anyone, the least is not project our pain onto them.
And not hold anyone responsible
Yeah.
for my pain or my failure.
Absolutely.
Or my unhappiness.
Yes. At least have the courage to say, I am creating this pain, I'll take care of myself and I'll come out of it. But when we project it onto them, it becomes so much of pressure that leave alone, what they have to change, they'll just go like this. So when he saw the mother healthy, healed emotionally, it was very easy for the child to get healed. So this is an equation we will need to remember in every relationship.
I'd like to read a very interesting line also, sister. She says, earlier she said, now myself and my husband both are working on it. That's very nice. And I love this, to repeat this line when she says, and magically our son behaves more cheerful. I'm feeling so nice reading this, and shows compassion towards us. Now, one more point here I'd like to say. Look at the expression.
Just see this last line. The son shows more compassion towards us. Reason? Because we started creating compassion for him. Just one rule in relationships, only one golden rule for every relationship. Whatever energy I create, it's coming back. I was arrogant, he was arrogant. I'm compassionate, he's compassionate towards me.
What a wonderful email. Very simple, understanding, and this shows that she's working hard. Not only she, the whole family.
And this shows that we all can do it.
And also we can, again, I come back to same, then we cannot use this excuse every time, I'm a normal human being.
We can start becoming normal.
She says, but, see, expectation further. I want him to bring in a right path. And in brackets she writes, of course he's not in a wrong path 100%, does not has any bad habits, of cultureless, but listens to hard metal rock music which I cannot take. I do not like that kind of a growling music, but certainly do not like him to listen to that harsh music and attend such concerts. One more big thing is that does not has a passion to study. Now he studies seriously compared to previous years. Still, I want him to enjoy that, what he studies. I don't know. I want him to take study seriously. How can I make him to do that and also turn him from hard music to soft music? In fact, my husband and myself both loves classical music, and the day starts with devotional songs tuned in radio. Look at the parents.
Isn't this the case in most relationships?
This is like even a husband-wife.
Any relationship, whether you take husband, wife, friends, you take parent, child, you take a senior and a colleague, we want people to be exactly the way we want them to be. We want people to think the way we want them to think, and that way is the way we think, because that way is the right way.
And most of the people who have the drivers and they try out 1, 2, 10 times, and I say, why are you driving at this age? They say, I hate my drivers. Nobody drives well the way I want them to drive. And this relationship, as you said, I was just thinking from parents and child, but you've opened my eyes saying that it can be even with the staff.
It can be with everyone, and it's happening everywhere. That we want people to be exactly the way we want them to be. Now let's look at it. I and my husband like classical music. We listen to devotional songs.
On radio in the morning.
Yeah, and so hard rock metal is wrong. Says who? Says
Mother.
I. And yet if you go and talk to the child will say hard rock metal music is good and devotional classical music is horrible. And then there will again be this conflicting energy, because both of them are going to think and create this thought that what I like is right and what you like is wrong, because one has to be wrong.
Correct.
Now only if we switch this thinking to, we like classical music and he likes rock music, we are right in what we like and he is right in what he likes. And no one who's going to decide which one of us is right, we're going to decide for ourselves. We can't decide for them. Why did she find that son disobedient? Because he was not liking what she likes. Obedience in a child is when the child likes and thinks and does everything that the parent does. And that is what parents find in children till they are about 9 to 10 years old. And so till then, they're very nice, obedient children. And after that, they become arrogant, rebellious teenagers. And then we say, natural. Teenagers are like this. Teenagers are not arrogant, they're not rebellious. They've just started, and the parent is not used to it. They've just started doing things their way instead of your way. And that is labeled as arrogance and disobedience, because I thought they are my children. So they will always do what I think is right. Now, the minute the parent starts creating this thought, the children also start creating this thought that my parents are wrong.
Sister, I understand that the mother here is demanding too many things. She says he studies well, but why is he not liking what he does? She probably doesn't like Western things. She says, I do not mind him playing guitar, but not the rock music, but not those concerts. Probably she is worried about her culture, and probably she's also worried that tomorrow he'll start drinking, smoking, then further. So, is she concerned or is she troubling him? She's working hard on herself.
Yeah, but in this case, she's only trying to control him. And the thing is that no one wants to be controlled. No one likes to be controlled. And we're very sensitive. We can catch this energy of control very easily.
And then?
You'll be able to feel it very easily when somebody's trying to control you, even if they're not saying it.
Then what is the difference between control and discipline?
Yeah, but the more someone tries to control you, the more you will go out. It's like I can see someone is trying to control me, the more I will run away.
Yeah, but what is the meaning of discipline, sister?
Discipline means I can share with them what I think is right. No, it's very important. But like in this case, do and be exactly what I want you to be. Now see, imagine she's saying, he does study seriously. He is better than what he used to do before, but he doesn't like studying. So now she needs to see that enjoyment on his face also while studying. Means there is such a subtle control on every thought, word and action. She wants him to be exactly the way she wants him to be. It will only happen the opposite. The more this is tried, and this happens even in husband-wife relationships, if you try to control the person too much, the other person will rebel. And rebel means will just not do things the way you want them to do. Because the energy is negative. One is, I can share my concern that, this music could be not very good for you. But to say this music is wrong, and most important to say my son is wrong. They're two different things. The music is different from what I like. Even like you said, the other things like alcohol or drugs, or maybe go on to something else. Even that, why do people go to it? Why so many children are going towards it? Because they're not getting the energy of acceptance, the energy of love which is needed to empower a child. That lack of that energy from the parental environment starts creating a vacuum. And to fill this vacuum, I will go towards these other things.
In this relationship of the mother and son, what is lacking? She says she loves, she's concerned.
See, she says she loves. But the minute the child does anything which she doesn't think right, she's creating pain.
Is she dominating?
She's controlling, yes. So love is not I love you means I accept you. When you listen to devotional songs, when you listen to classical music, when you play the guitar. This is not love.
Conditions apply.
This is not love, which just means I accept you when you are the way I want.
TNC.
Actually, it was supposed to be, I accept you the way you are. But we create the thought, I accept you when you are the way I want, which will never, ever happen.
But from her point of view, if I ask you this question, do you want my child to go on drinking, drugs? Do you know what's happening in the places?
I understand, but do you know why your children are going towards it?
He's already playing guitar and going to such concerts, and he's going to this modern thing. He's becoming Western. He's wearing these clothes.
Again, if we think that they will become the way we want them to be, then we're anyway living in an illusion, and we're trying to do the impossible. What we can do is only empower them, energize them, and the strength that we give them will help them to protect themselves from anything that is damaging. We cannot protect them. We can only empower them.
How?
Because once your child is out of the confines of your house, within your house, you at least know what he's doing, what he's not doing. Sometimes not even that, actually. But once he's out of the house, who's going to protect him? Once this child has gone to the concert, once this child has gone to college,
he himself.
Who will be able to protect him, or who will be able to check what he's doing, what he's not doing?
He himself.
He himself. So we need to understand our role. Our role is not to protect them and to check them. Our role is to empower them so that they protect themselves. Because we will not be there 24 hours over their head like this to be able to control them and to check them. And the minute they go out of the confine, they will do what they want to do.
So if I love my child, accept my child as he is or as she is, that is empowering?
Very much. Because
is it so simple?
It's very, very simple. We just saw it. When she started changing her behavior towards the son, the son's behavior changed because he got empowered. Similarly, with these small things which she feels is not right, first and foremost, we'll have to understand that it's fine from the child's perspective to listen to a different kind of music. If we start accepting our children or the other person on these small things, which are not very big, actually, they're very small. It depends what size we want them to be. It's a very small thing. My child doesn't like this music. Accept it. When you keep accepting these small little things, you are empowering the child, and then he'll protect himself from the big things that we are actually worried of. But what we do is, we try to control them on the small things, thinking that if we control them on these little things, they'll not go towards those big things. See how it will happen. It's very, very risky. if I try to suffocate the person or to control the person over these little things at home, the person will move away, person's energy will get depleted, there will be a vacuum, and they will go towards those bigger things,
Which
which
our
we
fear.
didn't want them to be.
No, which is our fear.
Which is our fear. So we are trying to control them so that they don't go towards them. And the reality is, the more we control them, the more they will get depleted and the more they will go towards it. So actually, we are the ones who are pushing them towards it.
that.
If we do it the other way around, if we accept them in all these little things, and we understand that they're right from their perspective and it's their choice, it's different from us, it's not about right and wrong, we will empower them. And when we empower them, their self-esteem is very strong, they're stable, because the only thing that a person needs to have high self-esteem is acceptance from people around them.
But here, as you say, one good thing has happened, that the child here doesn't fear the parents, that he will not hide anything.
Absolutely.
He will not have the fear of saying what
What
can
will
I say
they
today,
think and what will
do
I
I
say to
do,
them?
what
Yes.
lies I should make, what, you know.
Yes.
So he's also so free.
But the beautiful part is, that's very true, and he'll be transparent at
Yeah.
home. But the other thing is also, because he's got this acceptance from parents, his self-esteem will be high. And a high self-esteem is protection from all those things that we wanted to protect them
Wonderful.
from. But a low self-esteem will push them towards alcohol, smoking, drugs, or anything else that we were thinking of. So it's up to us. Let's not work on protecting them from those abuses. Let's work on empowering them, raising their self-esteem. They will take care of themselves.
And what is one last line you would like to tell this couple or this mother or in general?
Most important, never sit to think who's right, who's wrong. The golden rule in relationships again, both are always, always, always right from their own perspective. And this is respect. Even if you're doing the most terrible thing, which according to me is terrible, you have a reason why you are doing it. It could be your personality, it could be your belief systems, whatever. You have a reason why you're doing it. And when I'm able to accept that, I become stable, I send respect, relationship gets healed.
And the sanskaras, the
Things
qualities
will change.
will automatically change.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, sister.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.